All right, let's dive into something that's inside every single one of us, but we almost never stop to think about what it actually is. I'm talking about blood. It's the river of life, this mysterious red fluid we just take for granted. But what is it really? Let's break down the recipe. So, first off, let's just talk about how much of this stuff there is. The average adult is walking around with about 5 to 6 liters of blood. I mean, that's roughly 7 or 8% of your body weight. That is a ton of this one critical substance all working for you right this second. You can think of your blood as this incredible, all-in-one superfluid. Seriously, it's your personal delivery service for nutrients and oxygen, it's your security force against germs and invaders, and it's the cleanup crew that hauls away waste. So that begs the big question we're here to answer. What is it actually made of? Okay, so the first thing you have to get your head around is that blood isn't just one thing. No, it's actually a really complex mixture. It has two main parts, a liquid base and then all the solid stuff that's floating around in it. Now, here's something that might actually surprise you. We tend to think of blood as being mostly, blood cells. But look at this. A full 55% of your blood is actually the liquid part, which is called plasma. The other 45%, that's what we call the formed elements, the cells. So, to put it simply, you've got plasma, the liquid matrix. That's the river itself. And then you have the formed elements, the cellular parts that are being carried along by that river. And each of them has a super specific job to do. Let's start with the biggest ingredient in our recipe, plasma. If your blood is a kind of internal soup, plasma is the broth. And get this, it's not even red, it's actually a pale yellowish color. This is the liquid that makes everything else flow. So what's in this so-called liquid gold? Well, it's about 90% water. But the real story, the real magic, is in that other 10%. Don't let that small number fool you. That little slice of dissolved solids is where all the action is. That 10% is this incredibly complex, vital cocktail. As you can see, it's mostly proteins that do everything from keeping the right amount of water in your blood to transporting things and helping you clot. It's also carrying all the sugars and fats for energy, waste products to be removed, and all the essential salts that basically run your body's entire chemistry. Okay, so we've covered the broth of our recipe. Now it's time to meet the main ingredients floating in it. That 45% we call the formed elements. And this isn't just one type of cell, it's a whole crew of specialists, a real workhorse team. We can break this crew down into 3 main jobs. First up, you have your delivery drivers, the oxygen couriers. Then you've got your security guards, the defense force. And finally, you have the emergency first responders, the repair crew. Let's meet them one by one. First up, the red blood cells, also called erythrocytes. These are by far the most common carriers in your blood. And check this out. To keep up with the constant demand for oxygen, your body is churning out about 10 million new ones every single hour. It's insane. Each one works its tail off for about 120 days before it gets recycled. Next, we have the white blood cells, or leukocytes. These are the soldiers of your immune system. They actively hunt down bacteria, viruses, and any other junk that's not supposed to be there. But think of them as an elite special forces unit. They're much less common. You'll only find about 1 white blood cell on patrol for every 600 or so red blood cells. And last but not least, the platelets, or thrombocytes. These aren't even really full cells. They're more like little fragments. The second you get a cut, these guys rush to the scene, sticking together to form a plug and stop the bleeding. They are your body's instant repair crew. And their job is so intense they only last about 3 or 4 days. So, we've met all the ingredients, the plasma broth, the red cell couriers, the white cell defenders, and the platelet repair crew. Now let's see how this incredible recipe actually comes together to do all the essential jobs that keep you running. It really boils down to these big 4. You've got transport, moving everything from oxygen to hormones. You've got defense, which is the white blood cells' job. Protection, handled by the platelets. And don't forget regulation. Blood is absolutely crucial for keeping your internal environment stable, your temperature, your pH, everything. This constant balancing act is called homeostasis, and blood is the master of it. And of course, this incredible fluid doesn't just sit still. It's on the move, constantly, pumped by your heart through this massive highway system of arteries and veins and tiny capillaries. This network makes sure that every single cell in your body gets what it needs and gets its trash taken out. So there you have it. It's this beautiful, complex, and perfectly balanced recipe with every single ingredient working together to keep you alive. Which leaves us with one final, really important thought. With trillions of cells relying on this delicate balance every single second of every day, what happens when just one ingredient in that recipe goes wrong?